difficult to watch, and this was the movie that Steven Spielberg won his first Oscar for. I sat down with him recently to discuss the film's impact today and why it was so personal to him.
The list is an absolute good. The list is life.
I don't think I'll ever do anything as as important in to my life as the way this film personally affected me and my family. And so this, for me, is something that I will always be proudest of.
I looked back at an interview you had done about the time of the release of this film, and you said something to the effect you didn't expect it to be a hit. Was that the case?
Yeah, that was very accurate. I couldn't imagine, based on the story that we told, that an audience would tolerate just the amount of violence, human against human, or inhuman against human.
Schindler's List was in fact a hit, the winner of 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. But Spielberg says the now famous movie could have looked very different if studio executives had their way.
I was the only one that wanted to shoot the picture in black and white. No, but the studio didn't. They didn't think they could sell a cassette if it was in black and white. And at one point that they were negotiating with me, they said, shoot it in color, we'll release the film in black and white, but then we'll release the cassette in color. And I said, no, I don't know the Holocaust in color. I wasn't around then, but I've seen documentaries on the Holocaust. And anybody who's seen any documentaries, they're all shot in black and white.
I can't imagine what it was like to shoot this film. You're in Krakow, you're in some of the places where this actually happened. I know there's cameras around and all the trappings of movie, but the scenes had to have taken a personal toll on you, your crew, your cast.
Yeah, well, I think everybody felt that we were memorializing something, and it felt to all of us as if we were shooting in a cemetery. So there was a kind of amazing equanimity of respect, and it was quiet on the set, and everybody just did their work. No one was laughing, no one was telling jokes.
Now, 25 years later, the film is still teaching new lessons.
Individual hate is a terrible thing, but when collective hate organizes and gets industrialized, then genocide follows. And we have to take it more seriously today than I think we have had to take it in a generation.
And now we're in an era that, anti-Semitism is on the rise.
Xenophobia,
we all know what
racism
happened in Pittsburgh. Is this an important time to re-release this film?
I think this is maybe the most important time to re-release this film. Possibly now is even a more important time to re-release Schindler's List than 1993, 94 when it was initially released. I think there's more at stake today than even back then.
So he tells a story of along the way during the shooting, he meets a Schindler survivor who says, I want to tell my story. And he's like, well, we're telling you stories. She goes, no, there was more to my life. And this led to a conversation and kind of an eye-opening experience in the creation of the USC Shoah Foundation, which is an archive, a collection of stories of survivors, not only from the Holocaust, but other genocides. And it's become, part of the legacy of this film marching forward.
It's so important to get those stories on tape because, unfortunately, these survivors are passing away. Yeah. Lester, thank you. By the way, you can watch a special extended version of that interview. Lester Holt reports Spielberg, the 25th anniversary of Schindler's List, on the NBC News app, on Roku, on Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Thank you, Lester.